Hollywood.
What is going on, everybody? We're here. Hello. Ralph can't shut his mouth.
Hello!
I'm Depraved. This is Pounds.
It's all a lie.
We are the Pound / Marvel Media Podcast. This is take 2.
Our podcast is a lie.
This is take 2 of trying to record this because the first time I had the mic muted for the first 10 minutes.
It's not real. We're not actually humans. We're not real.
We're not real.
All right, let me
it's all a simulation.
All right, let's just... All right.
Start from the top. We're going to go... Okay, so before we get into this, we're going to cover some news. We're going to go over the last episode of Loki, which is called For All Time Always, I think.
Yeah, which I guess that was the title from the first episode. Well, not first episode, but the little TV screen.
Yeah, For All Time Always.
Right.
Which is the actual logo and motto. The motto
for the TVA.
For the TVA. So we're going to cover the episode, talk about some things, and then we'll talk about what to expect in the next couple weeks before What If comes out.
Right.
And so with that being said, Ralphus, for the second time.
Let's do this, people. We should go to Hollywood for this shit.
Hit us with the news.
All right, so let's just kick it off with a bang. Let's start it back over. Here we go. Basically, Disney Plus released their timeline. Basically, you want to follow the connections from Captain, America, so on and so forth. And at the end, you see Loki, WandaVision, and Falcon. Now, that caused up a stir on Twitter, basically saying, like, well, was this the reason why Wanda hurt her children? And then, basically causing a Twitter war back and forth. Because at the end of the day, we don't really know what's going on. Right. But basically, it goes back to, once again, it's like every week we always come back to, which is crazy. That's what some of the news is all about, the fans. But, you can just be like a fly on the wall, be like, oh, well, what if that's the reason why she hurt children? Be like, no, you're wrong. It's the Darkhold. That's why she's hearing it. It's like, oh, at the end of the day, it's a show. Calm down. But fans are like, yo, just add all my fans are like, yo, bro, keyboard warriors, bro. Like, don't even, I like reading it. It's funny because it's literally you see one little thing and it's like, because Marvel Studios has not confirmed nor denied it. So, and this, I know this plus is, whatever, but they just said, hey, if you want to do this, just follow this. But, and then he was going by like saying that it was not in order, well, should have been in order, but it's not in order, so.
Right, so, I hate going over things twice. So originally, when the shows were planned, they were supposed to be released in order. Right. That was what was told to us by Kevin.
Yep. The man, the myth, the legend, Kevin Feige himself.
And I get that, the pandemic that happened kind of fucked all that up for everyone.
Right. But even though,
the only thing that they said that were switched, that were in terms of order that things were supposed to come out, was Black Widow and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Right, because
originally Black Widow was supposed to come out, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Right, to understand who Contessa was.
Right, but that got switched. Right, and that was 100% understandable. Right, like with the way everything was going on. Although I still think Black Widow should have came out on Disney Plus a year ago. It was already done. Right, it was already finished. It was
wrapped up, sealed with a bow. Like, okay, we gotta wait. All right, that's fine.
Although, at the same time, I could be wrong. Did you see the numbers the Black Widow pulled?
Yeah, which is
they
about 70 million. That was good. That's 70 million.
They ended up breaking the record for post pandemic, or during the pandemic record for theater sales.
Right, theater sales.
And then
I didn't think it was gonna make that much in Disney Plus.
Made almost just as much on Disney Plus as they did in theater sales.
That is.
He's a part of the reason for that.
I'm gonna be a theater man until I die. Which part? That's how I'll go out.
And I think we even talked about this last week. Like, I'm hoping what this does is give them the faith to be able to co-release them.
Yeah, just do both. Yeah.
Because here's the thing, it failed for them for a couple things.
Okay.
Like a few of their animated movies, but their animated movies don't have the reach Marvel movies do. People will be willing to go see it in theaters. And still come home and drop $30 to watch it as many times as they want.
Oh yeah, my father, he dropped $30. We just saw it there. Like, he don't care. He want to see it there. He said he's probably gonna drop it. I said, okay, drop 30. You'll be able to keep it and watch it anytime you want. So
right. So yeah, I hope that, like I said, that gives them the faith to continue doing that.
Right.
In terms of the whole scheduling thing, though, so timeline wise, I don't know how. I guess at the end of the day, I don't care.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't really technically matter, but
they've already got their plans. Things are being made.
Because Kevin Feige said he had like 16, 20 something things in production. He's throwing them out now that we're past this. Well, that was past it, but now that we're whatever, he's throwing productions left and right now. So he's trying to keep moving forward.
Here's what we do know: What If starts in 3 weeks.
Yep, in 3 weeks.
And then that's going to run during the time that's in theaters alone. We're going to get Shang-Chi and I think Eternals. Or no, I think it ends shortly before Eternals.
Right, 'cause that comes in like, I thought that was in November. I thought that's what it was, but yeah.
But I do know we are going to get Venom at the same time, but that's not even...
They're trying to make that where it's come together, like, I don't even know...
That's not even MCU.
Right, that's not MCU. They really are trying to make it seem like...
Fans are trying to do anything. Fans, okay, and I said this as well. I love Marvel.
Right.
I love that their fan base is so passionate.
Very passionate. Holy shit.
But they're just as toxic as Eminem fans.
Right, they are. Because you can't really say nothing without having, like... Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's all fun and games. Like, it's a show you find entertaining. Like, you don't have to be like, bro, did you see this, bro? Loki just brought the next 10 phases. Like, 10 phases? We ain't even got to phase 5. Whoa, we ain't even... I mean,
There's already speculation that they're going to bring Doom and Galactus in phase 5. And I'm like, guys, let phase 4 end first.
Whoa. I mean, that'd be cool, but...
Stop rushing. Right?
They say, hey, yo, this situation is...
We don't even know when we're getting Fantastic Four. They don't even have it casted
We talked about it last podcast.
Calm down.
They don't even Feige said, we don't even have a script, which, to be fair, he might, but he don't really know. He don't know. Just stop asking questions. Like, why are y'all asking him everything? I get it, y'all. We're happy now. It's like, yo, it's great. Marvel, let's go. But, y'all, bro, it's not that deep. And then, like I said, with this situation, I don't care either. I'm happy for all of it. I don't give a shit. But it's just, because it's kind of fun. Like, I just like how Tom Hiddleston is really, it's like he's running the show, kind of. It's like, I love it. It's kind of like, he's like his own, he's like Iron Man. Hello.
Right.
Which leads into the next thing that people like Jimmy Fallon and other places are asking him, like,
Loki.
They're asking the main... Yep,
Tom Hiddleston.
Yep, Tom Hiddleston, Loki. They're saying, well, what do you seen What If? And, because, a lot of people are they see it ahead of time. And he's like, so how's this... And he just really, I think, asked him, how's this connected to the MCU? Which it may or may not be, which 9 times 10 it probably will not be. But it's like, they're asking him, so how do you feel about, canon MCU? Then he's like, well, I like the shows, the characters, and then he just says, which leads to future... like Marvel movies and film, and then that's when, and he did his casual Tom Hiddleston smile, that little smile with the tilt head.
How long ago was this interview?
This was literally like 2 or 3 days ago.
Oh,
yeah.
After the show had already come out, the last episode.
I think the last episode. Yeah, it's like a day ago. Yep, after the last episode came out.
Okay. So here's the thing.
Right.
I would guess to say, he kind of smirked.
Yeah,
because
little smirk that he always does.
He knew he was coming back for season 2 of Loki.
And Doctor Strange. Well,
because if you remember, the week before Loki was done, he was in an interview and said to people that he didn't know what his future held.
Right.
Marvel hadn't contacted him. He doesn't know what's going on. Now, I think this is his way of letting people know he knows a little bit more of what's going on. Obviously, there's going to be a season 2. We know he's going to come back because there would be no way to explain him not being there with the way this episode ended.
Yeah.
So he obviously knows that. Now, here's the thing that I will say. I don't think he has any idea what's going to happen.
Right. I just think he just likes watching the show. He just likes the show.
Because he... specifically, again, and this is something we talked about before we had to re-film this. None of the Marvel cast knows what's going on in the movies until they're filming. And Marvel has specifically done this so they don't accidentally go and tell other people what's going on, and then word spreads, and then we get Spider-Man No Way Home.
Right. We get Funko toys that are out that's like, so that's the new...
No, Funko gets... stuff early.
Oh, I guess okay.
They get designs for characters early.
Okay.
Because the idea is to drop the toy lines at the same time that the shows or movies come out.
Okay. because that was once again a third issue of news I brought up, which Funko now has this like suit of Spider-Man that has like literally like Doctor Strange, like a Doctor Strange Spider-Man suit. It's weird. It's like how he uses it. It's like he's making those little circle things, and I was like, that is pretty. I just thought that was pretty neat because and the suit's like gold and black.
I've actually seen that one.
Okay.
I think it's the one you're talking about. It's all black and red.
All black and
with
red.
a gold spider in the front.
Gold spider. And he's literally, instead of like him doing that, he's literally like making holes. I'm like, that is interesting. I want to see that in theaters.
Because I was reading something similar, except it wasn't based on the toys. It was fans bitching about the ugliness of the costume.
Wow, where are you finding this shit? I don't even. Wow.
I'm about to show you how I found news, because I found a crap ton of news, all the time.
Wow, because I'm like
Google finds it for me.
Okay, yeah, please do, because I'm trying to cause I'm using MCU Direct and other with Google of course too. But you're saying
fans were mad.
Why? It looks good.
But then there were. I mean, there are some people that believe that people will warm up to it. So the article I was reading, I think, was on Inverse.
Okay.
And they were saying how people also were not fans of the Sony Spider-Man video game costume at first, but they warmed up to it, and now people really like it.
Right.
Which I think I always thought it was a dope costume.
Actually, I thought really not all, but majority of Spider-Man's costumes were cold. Like I never really had too much gripe from them.
No, he has some really ugly ones.
Yeah, no, I said not all, but like majority of them were cool. But yeah, he has some very questionable ones. But
one of my favorites is actually the Future Foundation uniform.
Oh, okay.
It's the all-white one.
All-white one, right.
I actually like that one. Anyways, moving on.
Right. Like I said, the black suit will always be mine.
so people were complaining about the look of it.
Wow.
But there are some people that are like, I'm sure people will warm up to it like they did with the Sony video game costume.
Right.
Because, again, the Sony video game costume, when they first released what it looked like, I remember the backlash. People are actually saying, I will not play this game because the suit is so ugly.
Wow.
And then the video game came out, and everyone bought it and loved it, and... Because if you've ever played the game, he actually starts off with his original costume.
Right, he has to.
And you eventually get that costume.
Right.
Because Doc Ock helps you make it.
Right. I always thought that was interesting to me. And
I love the way they did their story, by the way.
Right, with Doc Ock and... yeah.
But no, people warmed up to it, especially since especially once they realized it was an enhanced suit and not his original suit.
Right.
People were like, oh... I can get on this. Right. I can get down with this. So.
And you might like this. Look, it's a magical suit. This thing, look, I wish I had a suit like that.
I am excited for the magical qualities of it.
Oh, that's going to be lit.
I am not excited for the ugliness of it. That is one thing I will say. I do think it's ugly.
Yeah, it's like...
The black and red the black and red suit's normal.
Yeah.
Amongst the Spider-Man fandom. Mm-hmm. But then you just throw this ugly-ass gold spider on the front of it.
Yeah, it's like a gold little spider.
And it's just prime example, I'm not a fan of the Iron Spider costumes.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
I think they're atrocious. when I watch Spider-Man, I don't want to see him in Tony Stark's color scheme.
Yeah, especially when he did the end game where it's like stun or something to kill. Like those little tentacles come out.
No, that's comedy and that's funny.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying the look of the costume.
Just the look of the costume.
I've never liked the Iron Spider look, even in the comics. I don't like the tech for Spider-Man. Spider-Man's always been he wears tights, and it's a part of what makes him him. Right. And I don't know. I feel like those suits take away from his character.
Because he's a robot spider.
Pretty much.
But yeah, like this. Sorry to go off topic here, but like with Tom Hiddleston and all that, let him do his thing. Tom Hiddleston is on top. He's on cloud 9. He's like, hey, I'm like season 2 this bitch. Right. He's like, he probably up at campfire like, so we're gonna do 10 more seasons. Let's do this.
You sign on that dotted line. I'm having fun.
Because really, you can actually do this, and because like I said, because somebody did say on Twitter, it's outside the timeline. So really, you can literally do whatever the hell you want with this character. To be honest.
So what's funny too, Tom Holland is now in the, what's his name? Chris Hemsworth. And then who played? What is his name?
Wait, he's
hold on. I'm trying to put it together full thought.
No, I got
Stop trying to read my mind.
I don't know how to read.
Fuck, dude. What was the dude's name that played Captain America?
Steve Rogers.
Not Steve, but who plays Steve?
Oh, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Jesus Christ, thank you.
I got you. That's why I come in with the clutch.
My mind shit on itself.
Boom.
So he is now in the Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans camp of not being able to decide whether or not he ever wants to come back.
Oh, shit. Damn.
We've had this conversation. Don't act surprised.
I know. Yeah, I got you.
No, so because if you remember, there were so many times where Chris Hemsworth was like, "I don't really want to do this anymore," and now he's like, "I'll do it for another 10 years."
He's all on board and all that. You know, I got you. Yeah.
And then
even like Spider-Man, he's like, "I don't want to do this now." He's like, "Oh, I'm back. Let's do it some more." Like,
and then Chris Evans had his time period where he was always like, "Man, I don't know if I want to keep doing this." And then 10 years later, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. 5 years later, okay, now I'm done.
Right.
But like, they never know if they want to keep doing it, but they keep coming back. Right. And now Tom Holland is in that same boat of. Short, like towards the beginning of us even doing this podcast, one of the first few episodes, he came out and was like, "I want to take a break. I don't want to do this for a couple of years because, like, I want to be able to go out and enjoy things."
Right, my life is.
And now all of a sudden you're hearing, "I'd be cool to do 3, 4 more movies."
Right, he wants to do Avengers 9,000. Like, oh god,
I'll sign on for 4 more, and it's like, bruh, make up your mind.
And that's why, that's when I read that last article, like about last week, talking about Kevin Feige said, "Bro, now." Fuck all the short contracts. Now we are gonna, if you like, you know, we're gonna give you a thing. We're gonna give you 5 years. Let's go. Instead, because we don't got time for this. I'm gonna just leave. No, what you have been.
Right.
You are Captain America. You better stop playing. Right. You are the guy. So anyway,
I'm waiting for the day that MCU falls apart because it will eventually happen.
Yeah.
At some point.
There's going
to be actors that are going to fuck everything up for everybody.
Jesus Christ, I hope we're dead and gone. Please don't let that happen.
I know it's going to happen, but it's bound to happen. What always baffles me the most, that's not even Marvel. Let's go. What's next?
Because I was like, oh, let's go.
No, I was about to go in on DC and WB.
Let's just throw the bitch.
They were about to feel the wrath, but that's not Marvel.
I know it ain't Marvel. I was like, yo, let's do it. I was like, so in other news, let me stop. Let me bring up the other. Because I was gonna say, you ever saw James Gunn, bro? He got like de-aged. He got white hair and everything. I said, what the hell happened? You did one DC movie, you aged. What the fuck happened, bro? You did a Marvel movie, you was young. It's like, what? I'm sorry.
It'll happen to you.
Jesus.
What's the next piece of news?
Oh God, that's what I was gonna. No, let me stop.
That's it.
No. Marvel confirms Catherine Heinz Agatha will return to the MCU.
Yeah, that's they confirmed that pretty much a week after it was done, though.
Well, at first it was like speculation, but now Marvel Studios now finally confirmed it. But where the hell would you go with this character?
She's a magician. At some point, she'll break out of what funk she's in.
Well, because her magic. I thought Wanda took her magic away.
She didn't take her magic. She blocked it.
Okay. Cause I thought like it sucked it away or sucked. That's giggity.
No, so when they had the hexes up,
yeah, I thought
because the force field was up, she couldn't use her magic, and then you implant something in her head that makes her even forget that she's a magician, and all of a sudden she thinks she's actually one of the town folk. She still has her magic, she just doesn't know that she has her magic. At some point,
who would break? I mean, I guess she could. I would say, well, she could break herself out.
I don't know if she's gonna break herself out or if something stupid's gonna happen with like Mephisto at some point.
That'd be one way to bring Mephisto. Let me help you bring back your magic. Whoop. All right.
She's gonna have a fucking Lion King moment.
I don't remember who you are. Remember who you are. Hell no.
And it's Disney.
That is super Disney. And then speaking of Disney, this is the last shred of news. King Loki's deleted scene would have included Thor transforming into how you say Thor?
Throg.
And because in the trailer we saw him do the whole thing. Like where was the King? I wanted to actually see King Loki. And
so here's the thing.
And we saw the frog. I was like, well, maybe that's how he went. That's how he went to a jar.
We did see the frog.
Right.
I think the only reason they probably didn't put the scene in it, because I can almost bet Chris Hemsworth didn't actually have time to go film it. It's one thing to film your voice in frog form,
right?
But I don't think he would have actually.
I mean, they could do like a stand-D. Like, they didn't actually have to bring Thor, like, you know.
They would have, though. I mean, think about it.
Okay.
It's Marvel. They want everyone in there to do the things that they have to do. I mean, they managed to get Hemsworth to voice the fucking frog.
No, they probably would. Yeah,
it's one thing to be able to voice something like over the phone or
record it and send it.
Voice it. But he would have actually had to have found time in between at the beginning of shooting for Thor,
the fourth one,
as well as voicing for. Honestly, he probably voiced his time with the Frog while he was voicing for the episodes he's involved in with What If.
Right. Okay.
So
I was like, maybe why don't they just use like a standee and then have him talk like not like a stand, but like maybe it has back to curses foul, and then back now you're a frog.
They need to bring our dude back. Could have been like, I don't like your face, Loki.
Oh, they could have brought him. All he had to do was put the hair, and he does one of these, stand in the back, and he's like, I am a running man. I don't like your face.
I am a
right to
particular man.
And then as soon as he makes that speech, you're a swine, and now you're a frog now.
That would be funny. And they could have, and since it was technically another parallel world.
Oh, you did 6 minutes of Simpsons. We could have...
we could have had fun with this, guys.
This would have been fun.
If you have no clue what we're talking about, we did a review for a Return of the Incredible Hulk that came out in like the 80s.
Not bad, just,
watch the movie, but watch it for Thor. Don't watch it for Hulk.
Yeah, forget
watch it for Thor.
For Valhalla! Like, bro, he did a Valhalla running in the... Bro, dude. But that's pretty much all the news I got, man.
All right.
That's it.
So, with that being said...
10 out of 10 for me. Yeah!
I'll pat you on the back later.
Yes! 10
So, with that being said, we're going to now talk about... the episode 6 of Loki. Again, it is called For All Time, Always, which is the slogan for the TVA. Yep. Throughout the entire series, For All Time, Always.
Even in the credits, they were throwing that out there, like, For All Time, Always. I was like, oh, God, they really are deep into this shit, aren't they?
So, again, we're not going to go into the details of every single thing that happens in this episode, which, to be honest, there's not a lot that would be to go over. It all kind of happened really quick. But in the beginning, I loved the humor. The first 5 minutes were hilarious as fuck.
Oh yeah,
because they get up to the door.
And they're just like, "Are you going in?"
And Sylvie's like, "All right, I'm gonna kick it in." And then she's like, she steps up and then she backs down. She's like, "Hold on. I wasn't really prepared for this. I didn't think we were going to make it."
Well, because Loki was going to let you just fucking do it. Just kick the door in. Just like,
and Loki's just staring at her like, seriously?
Right. We're here now. Like, are we... I think he just said, are you going to kick the... I think he even told her, like, are you going to kick the door in? He's like, yeah. And like, okay, I'm not doing it. So you're not going to kick the door in? What is happening right now?
The humor was on point there.
It was good.
And the humor kind of sticks through for most of the episode. Obviously, it has its tense moments. But, like, even when Kang showed up.
Yo. Bro, what you said was... I'm sorry. I'm not going to...
I will get there in a minute. I will actually admit to what I thought they were doing.
This is the funniest shit ever.
But laugh. Even the humor throughout when he was having his speech,
right,
and talking, and I didn't. I understand this is a different Kang than the one we're going to get.
Right, he's like the child. He looked like he was like a child.
He's very happy-go-lucky.
Right.
And he was kind of all over the place and eccentric.
Well, they tried to hit him. He like, whoop, like, no, can't touch me. Try again.
And it got irritating. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
At times for me, I don't like the kooky.
You know what?
Although I did like the.
Right.
No.
It was good. It was solid, bro. Because at first I said, oh, they showed him, and I was like, oh my god, this is not. Vic is about to throw a fit, bro. Because this is not. You're supposed to be. I am a ruler, conqueror. I'm Thanos. What's good? I'm like, he's like, hi, hello, hi, what's up? Who are you? And they're like, oh, you can't hit me. I got powers. Haha, you can't touch. I'm like, bro, what is this, bro? Niggas about to draw this to like a 3. No, 3. But
it got tiresome though.
Yeah, it got tiresome. Yeah.
The shtick did. But thankfully, as it was getting tiresome, it kind of ended, and then everything happened and boiled over. And what did you think of them running into Miss Minutes?
Bro, I was about to give this 11 out of 10. I was like, oh my god, it's my prediction, but because
he's about to go, my predictions were right. Which, by the way, I only had one prediction right. I apparently failed completely.
Mine was like medium, because I didn't think they were going to actually show him, and they did show him, so I was kind of half and half of my prediction. But when I saw Miss Minutes, I said, bro, everything is about to go. Everything. Because she came out of fucking nowhere. Hi, y'all. Bro, I was really about to put my phone down. I'm about to text you. I was like, my guy.
The moment, though, she said, he who remains is waiting for you, is beyond here, I got excited because, like, here we go.
Yeah.
He who remains. Yeah. I called it. No.
Yeah. Oh, well, you was thinking it was, because you said it was like a Loki.
I thought it was going to be another Loki.
Like an older Loki, but When Miss Smith showed up, bro, it threw me off, man.
So a lot of people actually seem to think, okay, so obviously when they get into the lobby, elevator opens up, it ends up being Kang.
Yep.
Now, this is where I had a moment of
here we go
irritation and anger, and not even because it was Kang. I didn't recognize that was Jonathan Majors.
Right.
Because I've never seen anything he's been in.
Right. I never seen anything he's been in, but I saw pictures. They said that he's
Well, I've seen pictures of him.
Right.
But it's one of those things where I didn't put two and two together. Like, I just seen him there. And I legit thought Disney was seriously about to do the old school racist black elevator handler thing. Where he was going to be like, would you like to go upstairs, sir?
If he had said that,
and I was like
Kang is about to say some
I was like, no, they're not.
I was like, yes, they are. Here we go. You going up to the top floor? Yes, Kang is not an elevator guy. Kang is everywhere.
But no, they didn't go that route.
That was perfect.
So I was shocked, and then at some point, that's when he'd asked, "So are you he who remains?" And he goes, "Oh, she still calls me that." And that's when I'm like, "It's fucking Kang."
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking Kang. Which is both cool and disappointing to me.
Okay.
Because, like, again, I don't feel like they should have shown him yet. Like, to have his character reveal in a TV show.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I was gonna say, well, maybe because it's like Marvel. I mean, well, because to be fair, it's a TV show, but it's like a movie-esque TV show. I mean, that makes sense.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Whoever did the special effects for the entirety of Loki should be the special effects people for everything.
From here on out, if we were going multiverse and all, that person. All right, just let him do it.
But no, so I was excited to see. I mean, it was cool, and it wasn't like disappointing to the point where I was mad.
Right, because I thought Miss Minutes was going to lead to Kang. I thought that's what was going to happen.
I was just...
Well, I mean, the way he did, but...
I thought we would have gotten... Here's my other disappointment. I didn't like the way he was dressed.
Well, I saw the purple garments, and I said, well, that's like an older version. Well,
he had like the purple and green...
Purple-green garment, because it was like Kang before he became Kang. He had the purple-green garments on.
Everywhere in every comic I've ever seen, he's got... like a blue
face,
which I think is armor. I always
remember the garment.
I think it's armor, honestly.
Armor, yeah.
So for him to actually have a more human form was kind of
Because I thought somebody said like he was human before he became Kang, but I might be.
Well, I mean, Immortus in the comics is an old white dude, and he's a version of Kang.
Okay.
Nice. So I guess if he is supposed to be the Immortus,
right?
Thing, it makes sense
because he had the garments on. I was like, oh, that's Kang. I was like, oh, they brought Kang in there.
So yeah, I guess if they were going for him being Immortus, I guess it does make sense for him to be in his human form because Immortus again in the comics is in human form,
right? In human form
or old white guy form, as I like to call it for the comics.
Old white guy form. Yeah, but he was very cheerful, very cheerful. But I thought it was gonna be like Wizard of Oz. I was like, I'm over behind the door, and like, oh my god, here we go. Oh, it's you, Kang. You was controlling Miss Minutes this entire time. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't think he was controlling her.
No, I mean, no. Well, now it sounds like she got her own, or Miss Minutes got her own little entity herself. So it's like she's just there, I guess. So, but I thought it was gonna be like behind the curtain, and I was like, oh, okay.
So they get upstairs. They have this long conversation. This is like most of the rest of the episode, to be honest.
Yeah.
We find out a lot of things during this conversation, and I loved the little goop
he had like
thing
a little,
that was showing
goop thing, something.
What was going on.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
And it was really cool to see that he even knew they were going to get up there. And there's a parallel moment to Doctor Strange here that I don't know if you picked up on.
No.
But if you remember when the Ancient One dies,
yeah,
she stands at the window and is talking to Strange.
Right.
And she says, "I've been able to see everything up to this point," signifying that up to this point,
okay.
After this, I no longer know what's going to happen because that's where she dies.
Said that. He said, history. I don't know what's going to happen after this.
And he got to the point in this where he said, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds ago, I no longer know what's going to happen because it's his time to die.
Wow.
And I think that was I think that was kind of a dead giveaway that he was going to die. I figured at that point he was going to die.
To be honest, I didn't think he was. But now that you said, now I think now, like, because he said 10 seconds, and now we're moving past this now, and then because he was talking about, I think he said that the line was starting to What? Well, I thought it was like a line that was starting to go up.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe like it was a line that was starting to go up.
No, because he had dropped the thing on the table.
Right. He put the little thing down. Right.
Well, no, it was a test. Because you heard the lightning.
Right.
And then he just dropped something on the table. It collapsed straight down, and he's like, I no longer know what's going to happen.
He had a freak out moment here. He's like, what's happening here?
Now, to take a short detour for the little bit of what else is going on in this entire episode.
Yeah.
Mobius.
Yeah.
Confronts Ravenna.
Yeah. I thought he was...
Who?
Ready.
She doesn't know what's going on.
Right.
So it confirmed... That is one thing that was confirmed from the last one.
At least she didn't... Yeah,
she doesn't know what's going on.
But she don't want to change it, though.
And we do find out she wasn't always who we thought she was.
Nope.
She was a teacher.
She was a teacher. Which, that was interesting.
And the pen that he had was from her old school.
And even with Mobius was trying to tell him, don't you ever want to stop doing it? He's like, no. Well, the Renslayer, she's like, nah, I want to keep doing this. I'm like, but you don't even know what's going on. Like, fuck it, I don't care. We're still doing this. I'm like, because even Miss Minutes gave her, what is that she, I would like to know what that is, what she gave her. She gave her like some sort of like coordinates or something.
I think coordinates to one of the kings.
Right. She's like, here, take this.
The one that's probably leading now.
The one that's probably going to be fighting the Avengers. Well, because that, I ain't gonna lie, when it did get serious for like a little bit, especially when he said, you don't want to know when me comes finding you, or so that's it. I actually felt that little shiver. I was like, see, he joked around, but then, like I said, it did get one of those little tense moments, because he said, you don't want to, like, because he was trying to tell you don't want to kill me and find out if one of my variants come and find you. I'm like, okay, here we go. This is now that's the king I'd like to see. That's the little switch from will end your life right there, King.
Now, something that made me mad.
Oh man, everything makes you mad in this?
No. Kang tricked Sylvie into killing him. You realized not once was she considering whether Loki was going to betray her or not. Right. Until Kang said,
"Oh, if you kill me."
Where he was like, because it was when it was around the time he told Sylvie to grow up. Right. Because he was kind of telling her, like, you can't even trust him.
And then that's when Loki said he's lying. You like, I'm sure you've been with them, but wow. But then I'm starting to notice it, like, oh wow, you're really about to do this, Sylvie? Really? After all this time bullshit. Wow.
So then she does try to finally kill Kang.
Yeah, she was going for it.
And this is the one fight scene in the entire episode. And honestly, the fight scene was not that great.
No, because Loki didn't want to fight back, and it just
there was that part I thought she was going to kill him.
Oh, that right with
where
the neck.
She went to go.
I was ready for that death
blow. Get him. Like, oh my God.
I thought my prediction was
he
true.
Popped up right there and stopped her blade, but she didn't follow through. So
I thought at
the very least he lived, because I thought for sure once he popped in I was like, oh, he's dead.
And I said Ralph won again. Miss Minutes and Ralph won. What the fuck, bro? How the hell? I said it, but I was like, yo, Loki's about to die. And I'm like, yo, he went, Sylvie, stop. Like, oh my God, your head or throat, something, anything, internal bleeding. You're about to die on this table. On this fucking table, bro. Oh my God.
So but yeah, so I mean, the end of the fight was cool.
Yeah. And I get it, this is starting from episode 2, like, I'm here to kill who's responsible for blah, 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 blah. I get it, but it's weird, man.
Now, what do you think of the choice that was given to them, though? Where he was like, you can either take over together and run things, go back to the TVA.
And keep living in like a la-la land, like we in the Matrix.
Keep pretending that you have no clue what's going on and move on. Or you can kill me, let the branches spread, and everything starts over.
But then you find my variant, and then...
That's a hard choice, because, like, you kill him, that gives everyone free will. Right. Nobody's writing time anymore.
Nope. But it's just...
Or you can write time and keep everything smooth, going the way it's supposed to. Maybe that's a hard choice.
Maybe if it was episode 1 Loki, maybe he would have done it. I mean, well, episode 1 before, he saw his life flash for his eyes, done it. He probably would have done it, but now this Loki done with the whole 360 transformation. He just wants to protect Sylvie, protect Mo, protect people, and all that. So
It's an interesting choice.
He probably would have took it.
It would have been hard. It would have been hard for me.
Yeah.
For sure.
He said kill and then let the branches just go out.
Here's the thing, too.
Right.
If you agree to take over, you're probably going to live pretty much forever.
Yeah.
You live outside of time. You don't age.
Yeah, you won't. Well, like you said, the thing works different. Well, that's TVA, but outside just the regular or the story. So yeah, you can still be the same age, like a vampire. Just holy shit!
A lot of interesting things, man. A lot of interesting things that happened there.
I don't disagree with what Sylvie did. I don't disagree. I'm like on the fence with Sylvie also, but I get it.
I'm on the fence. I don't know what I would have done. It would have been tempting.
To take it?
Right,
yeah, I would have. I'm saying I would have took it, though.
It would have also been tempting to kill him off to let everyone have their free will. So, that's why I said I don't know where I would have gone.
I'm not thinking, too, how the hell he could... How did he tame that puff a lion? How did he... I forgot, how did he...
I think that's going to come back and bite him in the ass.
Right, he said, I tamed him. I'm like,
I think Elias is going to be used to stop him in Quantumania.
Right. That's one of the kings dying.
And then he'll come back and be himself in a later Avenger movie.
But I didn't. And then she said, "I'm not like you," and I'm like, "Okay, so Sylvia actually."
So yeah, and then she kills him.
And then he said, "I'll see you soon." That was like
that's what he said. I'll see you soon.
That's the last words he said. I will see you soon. What type of Final Destination Todd is that? What the fuck? See you soon, bro. What? That was the last thing he did before he plunged right in the heart. Like, that was it.
Oh yeah, and we forgot to mention as well. Right before she does stab him, it is right at the end of the fight with Loki. She kicks him through a Timpack portal.
Before she said, "I'm not like you," and I was like, I thought maybe they were going to just walk. I was like, well, if they don't both die, I thought maybe they were. What if they just leave? Well, I thought could that have been an option just to leave?
That was my one prediction I got right. It was Sylvie that ended up betraying Loki.
Yep. That was crazy. And Sylvie just sits there, just like a mopey child. I'm like, yeah, because of you, bitch, we have now got a problem. We have a problem now.
She doesn't know what to do.
No shit. No kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, she sat down and she
just moped. Just put her hands down and put her head down. I'm like, what? Why don't she? Can she rewrite time? No, because she killed him. Never mind. So that's it. All right.
So then we end the episode in what is going to be the most controversial and confusing ending probably for the coming year.
Bro, because...
And here's why I say that. So Loki ends up back in the TVA.
Right.
He actually starts off in the room where he started off being interrogated in the beginning.
Right, episode
1. And he realizes he's got to go find Mobius.
Right, because that was the one thing he was going to find.
So he runs out, and Mobius and B-15 are talking.
I think it's like B12, B something, yeah.
And they're looking...
confused.
At the screen.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
That's showing the billions of branches, and he's even like, are we just supposed to let them go?
Yeah.
And
she says the title.
Loki runs up.
Yeah.
And they don't recognize him.
Yep, they look confused. They're like, who are you? I'm like, here we go. Where did she send you to, bro?
They don't recognize him.
No, they don't.
And you pan over. And now the statue at the base of the elevator is no longer just one of the random timekeepers.
The 3 timekeepers. Now
it is Kang.
It's literally Kang doing like some peace sign or holding or something. It's Kang, bro. And I'm like, and which Kang? Is this the Conqueror? Is this like finally the Conqueror Kang we're about to be getting? Because this seems like this is now his little domain now.
So here's where I have issues with this ending. And it's not bad issues, it's confusion.
Right, well, they look confused too.
Because Marvel has already stated that in its universe, it has a specific way time is handled. It doesn't go by if you go in the past and do something, it changes the future. No, it creates a separate timeline. Right? And Hulk gave his confusing thing where, like,
he's like, the past, the present. I'm like, what?
Where he's like,
right.
So if you're in the present and you go into the future, your present becomes your past, and your
future becomes like, why can't you do like Doc Brown
and the future becomes the present,
and just say, hey, don't see your future self because it might destroy the time continuum or some bullshit. Right? Can you do Doc Brown shit?
So it causes branches. They've established this is the rule of time in the MCU.
Right.
Right. So then, this is where my thought of, so that must mean he's in a different timeline.
That's what I said. Did this happen instantly? Damn.
He had to have been kicked into a branched timeline. Now, you ready for why this confuses me?
Uh-huh.
Because in this entire series, there are 2 places that sit outside of time. Specifically in Loki. One being the little world they were in at the end, well, towards the middle to end, where all the Lokis were. The end world with Eliath, the Void.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
So that's kind of outside of time.
Right.
Which is why the castle's there.
Right.
And the TVA. TVA is said to sit outside of time.
Right.
So if they sit outside of time, they shouldn't be affected personally by what goes on with the branching timelines. So
you think Sylvie may have did something?
If that's the case, how in the hell is it completely changed? Because it shouldn't have changed how it is currently.
Unless Sylvie kind of did some.
But that's why I'm confused.
Right, because
so they're gonna have to break their own rules one way or the other.
Yeah, you're gonna have. Yeah, unfortunately, because that's. You can't keep that same thing going because now you're going to confuse a lot of people right now.
Right. And that's where my problem with the ending is so I tried to explain it in my head that since Kang was in control of time, now that he's gone, the way time works can be different. But then I'm like, but then that can't really be true either because it fucks everything else up.
Right. So, damn. Because when I saw that, I did kind of
it would
how the hell that happened?
It would literally pretty much make everything in the MCU up to this point null and void. Like nothing ever happened because... that's where my confusion comes in. I need explanations, Marvel, or for you to not create plot holes.
Because it makes me. Because I'm thinking of you. I'm like, so I guess nothing doesn't matter. Whatever happened, phase 1 through 3, gone. We are now. This is it. This is where we're at. This is our phase 1 right now. Starting right now. This is it.
That's the problem. They're not going to go that route.
No.
Everything with Captain America and Falcon and all them happened, or they wouldn't have put all the money into these shows and movies. So I don't know which route they're going to go with, but
and I think that's why they said this is why Loki as I said, that's why I go back to that Disney Plus. They said Loki is now the first thing you would see after Endgame. But
the one thing I do know is no matter what happens, Wanda Maximoff will be the one consistent throughout all of the timelines.
Did that hurt your hand?
No.
Oh, that's sorry.
Dude, I hit my hands on shit all the time.
But yeah, Wanda Maximoff will be the one that
because she is a Nexus being.
Right. That's why I always said well, if this is all true, how come how come there was not one TVA agent that was turned into her reality, then come out when the stuff started breaking, and then maybe they call somebody from the TVA, and then maybe that's Kang or maybe it's Mobius, be no, just let it go because this is part of the timeline. Because that's why it's kind of confused. That's why I'm confused. I'm really confused about the whole fucking thing now. It's this whole thing is confusing me actually, because I'm like. So Loki now is the main... He's the Iron Man, literally the one that actually starts the whole fucking thing. This is weird as shit right now. No. Well, besides Falcon Winter Soldier, but it's just...
But yeah, I don't know.
And maybe in Doctor Strange he probably could, even if it is Kevin, he probably could explain...
I think we'll get answers. Here's going to be the problem going forward. Oh, right? Yeah. So here's going to be the problem. Those of us that actually have watched Loki and know what all has happened, and know that the Disney Plus shows do exist in continuity with all of the MCU, so this stuff is happening. So this is where the confusion is going to start to set in, right? Moving forward, we're going to get Shang-Chi next. Yep. And then Eternals.
Yep. Shang-Chi, Eternals, and then
the Spider-Man.
But
I'm just saying for the next 2 movies, we get Shang-Chi and Eternals. We do know for a fact the Eternals story takes place across thousands of years.
Right. So we know that one's
that one's past, present, and future. So it's everything.
So we should probably move Captain America first Avenger and just put the Eternals because I guess we start right there and then go to Captain America First Avenger.
That's the problem though. Eternals isn't all back there.
Well, I know they moved.
You're gonna get 10 minutes of back there, and then probably an hour and a half to here.
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. Where the hell? I mean, well, it's spread out, so I was like, well, where the hell Eternals lies at?
The Eternal story is, like I said, it's supposed to last thousands of years.
Now, where the hell Shang-Chi lie at then? Damn.
Shang-Chi is going to be like kind of start of the MCU in terms of time frame.
Okay.
As a kid.
Okay.
And then present day.
Right.
So I don't know. Obviously, the post-credit scenes are going to have to be how they really explain what's happening at the end of those in terms of how it ties into everything.
Right.
Because, I mean, their stories are going to be their own individual stories, but this whole multiverse thing has happened. The first time they're really going to explore the multiverse thing, to my understanding, is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's the only time.
Yeah. And then Doctor Strange will hit it next year. And I don't know if Doctor Strange is the first movie that comes out next year. I actually think it's like the second or third.
No, I think it's the first one.
Is it the first one?
Coming March 22nd. Okay. Yeah, I think March something. But yeah, it's the first one.
But
it goes like right into it.
But even just aside from those two movies,
right?
Other things that are happening this year,
besides
that I don't know how they're even going to tie into.
Yeah, like Hawkeye. I don't know how.
Hawkeye's coming in.
I don't know how. Well, I guess when she saw the thing, this has to be in Endgame. This has to be still. We're still piggybacking off Endgame because I mean I know this is not Ronin, but you know when Black Widow sees her, I guess it's gonna be Hawkeye. So I guess this is still Endgame, or I guess after months after Endgame, I guess. Because I'm trying to figure out that little time span too, like months, years, weeks, like.
But even if it's months after Endgame, it still happens after Loki.
Right after Loki.
So I don't know where all this is going to fall.
Unless Loki branches this. That's what I asked you for.
But see, that's the thing. Everything we're going to see is going to be main timeline stuff.
Okay. Because that's all right. That's
other than when other branches are brought in. Because you're not going to all of a sudden be like, okay, we're going to go live in this other world for a while.
Right.
Like we're seeing, other than What If. What If is literally other stories that could be happening in other branches because none of this is main continuity.
Right. Yeah. As long as it's not the main. Yeah. Like this could literally be the branches, literally going out. Like, well, all these are Nexus events. Every last one of them.
But no, and then my biggest complaint of the entire show.
This feels like a rant.
No.
This whole podcast.
Understand, these are actually not real, like, super duper really complaints that make me mad. They're just things that make me wonder.
Yeah, it makes you want to, and it's going to make you wonder for like the next couple of months right now.
My biggest complaint is the lack of a true post-credit scene.
Yeah, it just went season 2.
It's like,
okay,
season 2, Loki will return.
I'm like, what is this?
And it's like,
MCU?
All right, cool.
Like the movies?
But I need more.
Yeah,
I need something.
I thought we was gonna get. I swear, I thought we
like more WandaVision ended with Wanda doing her thing,
right? And then she heard her children,
and then she heard her kids,
and then she just boom, she bolts.
And that's right. She didn't go anywhere. She literally just floated and looked at the camera, Ralph. You keep thinking she leaves. She doesn't go nowhere.
I thought she like whoop.
No, we've had this argument.
I will always have this argument with you.
She didn't go anywhere.
I thought she bolted. She heard her kids say, "Oh my god!"
Although, did you hear they? For that post-credit scene, they've edited it and added more trees around the cabin.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus.
Yeah, on Disney Plus. Yeah, I saw that. Huh.
I thought that was interesting.
That was interesting. And I was going to say, Legends is going to bring out Peggy Carter, Ravagers, and Avengers Initiatives. Just, if you ever want to look at that. Because, with What If, they want to...
Right.
They're trying to... Right now, they're like, okay, we're done with this. Like, stop talking about...
I wonder if Peggy Carter's is going to touch on Agent Carter's TV show at all.
Well, it said pre-WandaVision, so nothing else matters. Not the Netflix. So this Matthew Murdock, I mean, he could just be a lawyer, right? I mean, I get what you're saying. He still is Daredevil. He could just be like a lawyer in Spider-Man for right now. Then, whatever happens. But this is not going to be the one you, like, said, when we had this conversation. This is not going to be the one like, oh, this is Netflix. Nope. Because literally, WandaVision basically... put an end to that bitch real quickly. Like, nope, this is no longer... Nope. So, but it would be nice. It would be nice if she touched on Agent Carter. It would be nice, but...
So then... Yeah, I don't have too many predictions in terms of what's going to happen out of all this.
Nah, not this time.
Usually, I'm filled with... Right now, I'm filled with more confusion than anything because of the different implications that all this means.
And then we're going to sit with this for the next... Jesus Christ. This is...
Now,
oh my God.
What's really cool, guys, is we're going to get 3 weeks of no Marvel TV shows. We did find out that What If will also be on Wednesdays.
Yep.
So
yeah, Wednesdays. Yep.
I think Marvel is going to stick with their TV shows coming out on Wednesdays, which is actually really cool and benefits us a lot because I don't feel like there's as much time waiting in between because we have our podcasts on the weekend.
Right.
And then it's like as soon as the weekend's over, we're a day and a half away from watching.
Yeah, we go right to it. Yeah, just wait a day, then one work day, then.
And then we get to talk about it at work for the week, have our podcast, move on. Now, so that's cool. So the one thing I do know is 2 of the next 3 weeks we will be finishing up Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and then we will be starting something new after that. And what we're going to do is for the next 2 weeks, we've only got 6 episodes of Earth's Mightiest Heroes left.
Yep.
We're going to do 3 episodes one week, 3 episodes the next week, and then we're going to draw. If it's a TV show, that's fine. We'll start one. The way we're going to do it, though, is we're only going to do 2 hours of a TV show a week. So that means if it's one of these 30-episode, 1-hour-long episodes, we'll be on this in between Marvel for the next year and a half. I hope we're not.
I was like, oh my god, because if we pull a TV show out of this damn thing...
There's more TV shows in here than there are movies.
I know there is more TV shows. There's season 1.
Honestly, we actually got lucky. We got the movies we did starting off.
Oh my god, bro.
We're not pulling now. I'm mixing.
No, yeah, because it'll be his turn to pull from it. But it's just... Jesus.
But yeah, so... that's what's going to be going on over the next 3 weeks. And then What If starts, and then we'll be focusing on What If for every podcast episode for the next foreseeable 13 weeks, because I think that's how many episodes there are. Mm-hmm. 10 or, it's 10 or 13.
And then we're going to go right into Shang-Chi, right behind it. That's September 3rd.
Well, I mean,
that's what we're during
that'll be one of those. That and Venom will be a couple weeks where we'll have 2 episodes that week.
Right.
Here's the thing with Shang-Chi. It's going to probably be a week late.
Right, because
the weekend Shang-Chi comes out, I'm not going to be here.
Right.
I will be at a cookout with a bunch of other YouTubers.
Right.
So, and artists.
Right. And
stuff like that. So we're actually going to have 1 week where we actually don't have any podcast episodes out.
Right.
And then the week after, we'll probably cover 2 of the What Ifs, as well as Shang-Chi in a separate video. And yeah, so that's what we get to look forward to.
Right.
All right, so.
And that's it.
That's it, guys.
Where you tier that and rate it?
Oh, you're right. We did not.
Coming with the clutch again.
We did not.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right, switching screens.
Got you. I see. That's why he.
All right.
Hello.
So, and I didn't even switch over the other screen. Damn it, that would have been a good time to do that. We're actually okay. So, over to Above All, Ralphus.
I gave it.
What do you give this specific episode?
I gave it an 8.
If I remember correctly, I gave this episode a 7.
Yeah, you gave it under. Yeah, I know it was under me.
It was not as good as the last 2 episodes in my opinion, and honestly left more questions than answers.
Right.
And the mass confusion that it causes.
And the post-credit, no post-credit scene.
And lack of post-credit scene really hurt this episode for me. However, the season as a whole, the graphics were...
Yeah,
the special effects were insane.
Yeah, that's a 10. That's a solid 10.
The acting was spot on. The only acting I was not a huge fan of...
What, Renslayer?
No, even she did fine.
Okay.
I mean, again, casting and acting. I mean, we got to see Sif again, which was great.
Hell yeah. It's just coming. That's why I was surprised she might come back in the fourth Thor movie.
I wasn't as big a fan of all the individual Lokis as I was hoping I was going to be.
Right. Yeah. Except for Young Loki, Classic Loki, and Alligator. Those are pretty much it for me. That's it.
But nah. So over and above all, I give the series a 9.
Yeah, I give it a 9 as well. Right.
Which evened out to it's going to be a 9 from us.
Right.
I was actually going to end up moving MODOK down, but I will keep it where it's at.
Oh, look at you. That was
nice.
Because he was like, I'm about to drop it. Like, why? Right, it's just great. I mean, these shows are solid. I get it. The one might be better than the other, but overall, they were good.
So, yeah, we're going to actually, I'll just keep it as it is here. So, yeah, Loki is now up in the A category. Mm-hmm. And people, what's funny is the show we're covering, where we're going to be finishing off, will also probably be a 9.
Yeah.
Just being honest, unless they absolutely bomb the next 6 episodes.
Jesus Christ.
Be
like,
it's possible, don't get me wrong.
They'll be like, these are all bad. They all get at least 5 or 4. It's like, God damn. They were that bad. Yes.
But no, it's there will be things that are not as good as what's going on.
I'm looking at them. There really is.
I could promise you that. It's just as of right now, everything that we've watched has been fire. We've gotten really lucky with the shows. We've gotten really lucky with the one show we've drawn, and we're almost done with the first season of. Yep.
Because eventually we will get to duds. I know we're going to get to the
duds. There are duds.
Yeah, there are duds. No, because, oh, Lord, there are there are some in TV show and in movies. Both. Yeah, they're duds. Animated and live action. They're, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so that is where, yeah, it gets put on the A rank. So it's tiered up there.
Watch all of them, all three of them.
Yeah, all three of them are fantastic. I'm a little bummed we waited until Falcon and Winter Soldier to start because I now wish we would have covered WandaVision. Yeah. Because, like, to this day, I'm still proud of how on point I was with WandaVision as a whole. Yeah. So I'm bummed that, like, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I was like, all right, Loki, I apparently have bombed. They have... That is something they did that was great in Loki as well, that I will give them props for. Everything else up to this point has been like they make you, they give you every sign that it's this, and then at the end it's like, haha, not really, it's this.
Because I didn't know Kang was going to.
So in this, I thought we were going to get the same thing. I thought it was like too obvious to be Kang. Right. And then all of a sudden it's like, nope, it's Kang.
Right. And it's a jokey one, which is interesting. It's a jokey Kang. I said, yes, here we go.
So yeah, it's going to sit there at 9. Right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this podcast. It has been a wonderful, wonderful time we got to spend with Loki. I am super excited to get back into Avengers, though, because it has been 6 weeks. And there's only 6 episodes left. It's a fantastic show. I at least want to get through the first season so I can be mad that we're not just going to jump right into the second season, because I bet it ends on a cliffhanger.
It would, wouldn't it? Doesn't get nothing resolved.
It's not near as bad as the 94 Spider-Man series cliffhanger.
Oh, Lord. Oh, that's it. Just, yeah.
All right.
Spectacular Spider-Man, where it just ends on a cliffhanger. Everything ends on cliffhangers with Spider-Man. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, don't do that to me. All right, so I guess that's going to do it. Yeah. We love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. We cannot wait to see you depraved people. Not even depraved. We cannot wait to see you people. I'm so used to my other YouTube channels. Thank you.
You depraved people are awesome.
Excelsior!
Excelsior. That's what he wanted to say.
That's what I was going for.
He said, depraved people, you are awesome.
Later, guys.
Later. Not bad.